know who that is as well.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh great, this episode is literally centered back at home, and I know that because of the front picture. How much have we learnt? Has anyone that's come back not learnt? Anyone that was at Alexandria not learnt? What now? Oh my god, like it only takes one person to cause an issue. And then what? The first thing I wanted to say was, I was considering not watching The Boys Season 4, because I know that's on the horizon, and guess who's in it? Directly after me being introduced to him. How does everyone recover from that? Like, to me, this just feels like now after 7 times 1. This feels like 7 times 2 now. What's she doing? Why? I really hope that she's not planning on retaliating, because we need to think about how this is done. If you guys can hear dog barking, I apologise. I can't control them. And I hope my other question gets answered today, which was, are we literally being locked down now? Or can people get out? I don't know, could they really set a perimeter around the entire place? In my brain I was thinking, what if we send most of the group away? Oh, for goodness sakes, what's Negan gonna think when he comes and sees Judith?
Eugene.
Look at Eugene.
Yeah?
Open the gate.
He's
Went out to see if we can find anything for when they come.
I don't believe I'd be up to that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
not after last time. Just leave him alone. Oh gosh. What does that sound like? You know who that is as well. And we can't even just leave it shut because they've got Daryl.
Little pig!
Hate him. Like every time I start watching The Walking Dead now, all I feel is anger and hatred. Is that healthy?
Who are you?
Oh, you better be joking. Negan.
Oh, Rick, look at Rick's face as well.
Well, hello there.
That look, man, it looks...
Do not make me have to ask.
That look still is there.
You're early.
Yeah, he said a week and he's early. Why is he early? Because he's gonna take the mick. If we accepted and appreciated him just off the bat, we'd probably have a similar setup to the Kingdom. People rock up, he sends his goons, he doesn't seem to have that much care about it all. But because we bit that first time, because we're probably one of the first groups to stand up like that, he's smiling about it. This is fun for him. He wants to turn up and he wants to be the one to put his foot down. He wants to see us all shivering in our boots, doesn't he?
I missed you.
Missed your ass.
Alright, everybody. Let's get started.
Rick just needs to really show how much of a...
Big day. Hey, Rick. You see that?
Look at Daryl,
what I
man.
just did? That is some service. Hold this.
Oh. Do you want to give us that bat? This is what I mean though, this is exactly what I was talking about. What was that guy's name again? He wasn't around when it happened, eh? That's what stresses me out. Someone biting when they shouldn't be biting. That's why I'm saying that Rick needs to put on his leader hat now and he needs to lead this group in a different way that he's ever had to before. This needs to be a new Rick. And I know he's going to do it. I know deep down he's going to do it. At least now when I look at Dwight, I've got a slightly different perspective. Very so slightly, and I've got a little bit of faith in that he wants what's best for him, not what's best for Negan. So I'm slightly happier about that. I said in Beyond the Wall how I didn't think he was redeemable. That's right, I differentiate between forgiven and redeemed. Being forgiven and redeemed are very, very different things. If you're redeemed, it doesn't mean you're forgiven. It just means you've done something that, like, it almost puts a whole new shade or aura on you. He's kind of got the opportunity to do that, and that's the only thing that makes me a little bit more comfortable, is that there are a lot of these people that just follow Negan because he swings a bat and has a creepy smile. Why do they always show that walker in the field?
This place is magnificent.
The thing that I don't understand is, why not just take it?
Daryl, hey.
No. Nope.
What, you can't even speak to him?
You don't look at him, you don't talk to him, and I don't make you chop anything off of him.
God's sakes. This is what I mean. Well, do you just want us to help you? Offer you service or not? I will never like you, ever. Look at the people smiling in the back as well.
Put aside half the supplies. No. Rick.
He wants to come and choose for himself.
No, you don't decide what we take.
I can't tell you how annoyed I
They're
am.
just gonna search the house a bit.
Rosita.
Yeah, what do you want? You got a glimmer of hope last episode, my friend. Seriously, watch it. I genuinely wish that we could have just sent half the group away at the start of this, before they even met Negan. Don't react. Just don't react. Get the first one done and dusted, and we move on.
Go get me Daryl's bike.
It ain't here.
We both know you know where it is.
And what's this obsession with Daryl's stuff? Someone's gonna react, 100%. How can you not?
Don't take too long.
Well, all that feeling about Dwight's been erased. I still know he will do the right thing. I know in my gut that he will do the right thing when it comes to it at the right time, because he has a lot of hate for Negan as well. It may be buried, but he has a lot of hate for it. Just think about how much easier it would have been if someone had their sights on the governor way back when. You've got a long way to go learning how to use one of those. You know what blows my mind? Every second that Rick's holding that, he must be thinking in his brain, when can I swing? When can I swing? When can I swing? But he knows that if he does, he's only got one shot at it. And he's not going to because of that reason, because he knows what happened last time someone reacted. But isn't that mad? Like, imagine having to fight that little thought in your head. Like, he's given him that bat, knowing that he would be too scared to swing it. Like, it's like a power thing, you know?
Something you might want to see.
What?
Well.
Kill people.
Jesus. I would not have messed with that guy. But that's not you anymore, is it?
Nope.
Yeah.
I really gotta
Not
shave
now.
this shit.
I don't want that back in Rick. Because I know where that Rick goes. And I know what that Rick turns into. And I know that that Rick, not tapped and looked after, can lead to very, very dark places. But we need him now. Isn't that crazy to think about it? Like, I always wanted I believe Farmer Rick was necessary for Rick. And I still believe that. Rick, when Rick becomes that, it's a whole nother level of dark, and his capability is off the charts, and I worry that he's going to get to a point where there's no back from it. Like, you know, I was sort of saying we were poking the bear when we were attacking Negan's compound. It actually kind of feels a little bit like that now as well. It feels like Negan's poking the bear in Rick, and I kind of think he wants to see Rick come out like that again. I don't know, like he'd find some kind of enjoyment being able to silence it, even though I don't think he would. Yeah, don't give that look, Rick.
Careful how
Please,
you're
don't.
looking at me, Rick. Widows, especially ones that look like that, they are special. Right after their husbands go, they are just empty inside.
Rick, please. I really just...
Usually not for
You know
long.
what? You know what just went through my mind? I really hope Laurie is, like, spiritually just holding Rick's hand right now, because he bloody needs it. Talking like that about Maggie. She'll
where
cut
is
your
she?
tongue out.
I would love to see her.
Do you care to pay your respects?
Holy crap! You are creepy as shit.
My apologies. I'm Father Gabriel.
Oh, I hope he plays this part of, like, super soft and caring and...
She didn't make it.
Well, she did, and I know she did because I've seen... Whoa! No, but how do we keep...
That's what this is.
How on earth do we keep her permanently hidden?
Probably put her right on her back, huh? Damn. I was gonna ask her to come back with me.
You son
I
of
know
a...
what you're thinking. How could I have a shot? Guy that just bashed your husband's head in. Boy, people, they...
What was that? Oh.
Put some back, or the next one goes in.
No, Carl.
Kid.
Carl, just please, please put it down.
No. He's taking all of our medicine. They said only half our stuff.
Of course. Oh, really, kid?
You should go. Before you find out how dangerous we all are.
Oh, Carl,
Well, pardon me, young man. Did you just threaten me?
Put it down.
Don't be rude, Rick. We are having a conversation here.
love of... And I can't blame Carl. I actually like that he stands up like this because it shows what sort of person he is, you know. He's not going to take shit from anyone and he's not going to let his family get run over like this. But he's also too young to understand what a warning is. Fuck. Oh my... I'm so proud of Carl at this point. Like, I can't tell you right now how conflicted I am because I'm incredibly proud of him. But then at the same time, I am petrified now for him. Carl, man, Carl. And it would be so much... Yeah, and you know what? It would be a lot easier if someone just put a gun to his head and killed him. I wish
Do you want me to
Carl would just look at
prove how
Rick.
serious? Again?
Look at the tears in Rick's eyes as well, just... Good boy, Carl. Good job. Just breathe.
All the guns you took from my outpost when you wasted all my people with a shit ton of your own guns. They're all mine now.
Wow. Oh
So
my...
tell me, Rick,
How are we supposed to survive?
where are my guns?
Oh my god.
You get to keep all the food.
Yeah, for now. Until he comes back tomorrow.
What do you want me to say? I don't know, Rick. How about a thank you? You think that might be in order, or is that too much to ask? Are you cooperating? What's it look like? I know what it looks like.
Still here.
Thank goodness. What's this obsession with the bike?
Maybe if Rick thought it through, it would have been different.
I don't think it would have been different. I understand why people will start to doubt Rick and start to question his leadership and start to question his decisions, but I genuinely feel like everyone understands that you could never have predicted what happened. But I also firmly believe, like I said in Beyond the Wall, that whatever did happen was always going to happen. Maybe one less person would have died, but I'm still not convinced. I genuinely feel like there had to be 2 deaths for us to get that look out of our eyes. Now, if we didn't just attack their compound, that's always a possibility, right? It's a question, and there's also a question mark as to whether everyone we killed that day was genuinely bad. Where you can already look back at that decision and go, wow, like, maybe it wasn't the only way. But we didn't know that at the time. You can't judge that decision from the past based on the future's perspective. We've genuinely back then thought there would be a good probability that we could resolve it before it got bad, or before they came on to us, or before yada yada yada. But I understand why people are questioning his leadership. Look, I understand. But if anyone wants to question his leadership now, just think about how much restraint he's having and what he's doing for us as a group to protect us now. And it may not look like anything's being done, but a lot is being done inside Rick's mind, a lot is being done inside of his heart, a lot is being done by a lot of people right now to keep this from getting any worse than it is.
Rosita!
Today is a banner
What?
day.
What
Rod,
now?
we don't do that unless they do something to deserve it.
Yeah, we went through the inventory. Guns in the armory, guns they had around the walls. They're short.
That kind of surprised me, him saying that. At least that gives me some kind of security. Like, people were asking me not too long ago how I feel about the governor compared to Negan and who I'd rather. And I genuinely feel like I'd still rather the governor. At least with Negan, he has kind of got rules.
Is that true?
The inventory's correct.
Good. but not so good, too.
Surely Rick thinks there's something to say.
It's disappointing, Rick. I thought that we had an understanding. But this, well, this shows that someone's not on board. I don't enjoy killing women. This was your responsibility.
Look, we can work this out.
Oh, yes, we can. And I'm going to. Right now.
They win. It's that black and white. Hiding a couple of guns isn't the answer, not anymore. We don't have to like it, but we need to give them over.
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Just be honest. Just be
Someone knows where they
honest.
are. Most of you weren't there. You didn't have to watch.
This is what I'm talking about.
Look away
Exactly.
now when someone else dies, or you can help solve this. I'm not in charge anymore.
Negan is.
Negan is. Now who has the guns?
What a heartbreaking speech, eh? There is no way out. Not right now. And like I said, I don't believe there's never going to be a way out. There is going to be one. And Rick will think of something. Right now, we need to act like we are not in control, because we are not. And that's what I was sort of saying last reaction. What worries me is that when we get back home, the people that weren't exposed to it, is that look in their eyes? And what's Rosita doing? Okay, brother, I'm gonna have to... Where are you? Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. I can't just kill it. It's not what I do. I ain't Negan. I wonder how strong walkers are. Because you know how their bodies are like rotting and weak and... Well... Oh, there's one of the guns.
What? What are you gonna do? Tell them?
They already know. Crap. Look at him just lounging out there.
I know this is going to work out.
How?
We'll find the guns. We'll get through today, and then we'll find a way to go forward. How to beat this.
There is no beating this.
Yes, there is. I have faith in us. I have faith in you.
Come on, Gabriel.
It was nice digging a grave I knew would stay empty.
Come on. Feels good to have a little bit of a victory.
We searched the
Well,
house.
okay. Let me hold my tongue for a second, because that felt way too soon to say that.
We keep looking. Maybe today works out.
Let's go. Come on, Gabriel. I love that. There you go. Food, alcohol. No weapon. Yes! Yes!
You going to a party, little girl?
Can I keep them, please?
Oh, they're the balloons that they...
It's just...
Say please again, little girl.
Oh. We can't bite with this guy. That's... You know what?
Please.
Maybe Negan sorts him out for us.
One more time.
Touch her.
Be careful, little girl.
Part of me feels like Negan doesn't even like this kind of thing. That guy just makes me sick. And Negan makes me sick on another level,
What you got
Buzz.
for me, Rick? Well, would you look at that? They were here after all.
Does anyone else like... Does anyone else look at Rick's eyes and it's almost immediately just this episode see a change? Start of this episode he felt like real like broken and like scared, but he's almost like... I don't know, is it just me that's noticed a tiny bit of composure? This has been a good episode. Oh my god, I'm sweating. This is what Season 7 does to me now. Like, Season 7 has to have been the freakiest season.
Which one of your fine folks almost cost Olivia the rest of her days?
Doesn't matter anymore.
No, it matters.
Why don't you just say someone that's dead?
You need to get everybody on board.
Rick's job to lead us now is to get everyone into a cohesive understanding. You want to know something really cool though? Weirdly metaphorically, and I don't know if it's just me that's putting this together, but Negan's broken us down badly. But for some reason my brain like immediately has gone, Well, he's broken us down this badly, but he's given us this weird, like, obviously he's not intended to, but he's given us an opportunity to build ourselves back as a group, as a team, as a family, that much stronger. And I know I shouldn't be thinking about this, because this is what the look that they tried to beat out of us, and I can't help but say it's still in my brain. All I can think about is how strong we can be if Rick leads us through this time, and then we turn the tables at the perfect time. Whoa.
Give me a second.
Just need to get someone else on board.
No, please. Can you just give me a second?
Surely he understands that Rick wants to get her on board, no? Wow, so Negan says yes.
I need the rifle.
What?
I know what's in the bag.
Come on, Michonne,
I know
please.
what you're doing out there.
What am I doing out there?
You're practicing. We have to give up our guns, all of them.
We can't.
If you keep it,
He will do
they find
exactly. Come on, Rick.
guys. I'm not losing you or Carl or anyone else. I'm not losing anyone else.
Please, Michonne. There will be an opportunity at some
I'm
point.
giving it to them. Are you gonna let me?
Rick is leading us. And you know what? It's giving me goosebumps just thinking about how well he is leading us through this crap.
This one never came inside. We kept it near the blind.
Look at this. This is something to build a relationship on.
Now that you know we can follow your rules,
Yes.
I'd like to ask you if Daryl could stay.
Not happening. Maybe Daryl can plead his case. Maybe Daryl can sway me.
By saying I'm Negan, am I right?
Well, you tried. We're coming back soon. And when we do,
How
you better
soon?
have something interesting for us. Or Lucille, she's gonna have her way. I want you to hear that again.
So he wants something interesting.
You
What the hell
don't
does that even
have
mean?
Something interesting for us. Somebody's gonna die.
Okay,
And
so
no more magic guns.
so here's me thinking
Grab the-
like he's got rules, like kind of like he plays games like that where we don't know how to play. Like he goes, "Oh, bring me something interesting." What the hell does that mean?
You can have it back. Just say the word.
Goodbye. Get out. I don't want to
Nobody
see you
died.
anymore.
Thank you.
Don't be ridiculous. Thank you. I think we're both gonna come out of this winners. Watch my form.
Please don't. Please don't. Please, I pray. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg.
Yep. Oh, wait.
Oh, what now?
You didn't think I was gonna leave Lucille, did you? Thank you for being so accommodating, friend. I just slid my dick down your throat, and you thanked me for it.
Piss off. We'll bounce back from this. We will. We've got you, Daryl. Don't worry. Okay, that is what it is about, eh? Like, he talks about he's a man of rules and he's got this, that, and the structure, but I genuinely feel like he wants the rules broken. I don't even know what to say, eh? Like, it's left me, like, shell-shocked, and I don't know what to say in terms of how the episode's gone.
We took the guns you had in your house.
Yeah.
There were 2 missing from the inventory. You went into my house.
Didn't have a
You were gonna
choice.
kill Olivia. Look, I'm not faulting you for having the guns. I did it myself, but the food and liquor, that's because you're small, Spencer. You're weak. You got lucky with us.
We should have made a deal with them when we could have. You led us all
Spencer,
to the
stop.
promised land, isn't that right, Rick? Here we are. I guess Glenn and Abraham were lucky too.
It's not Rick's fault.
You say anything like that again to me, I'll break your jaw, knock your teeth out. You understand? Say yes. Yes.
Oh, I don't like the way he's talking to him. But it's not Rick's fault. How's he supposed to know? Every single time Rick makes a decision, he feels like he's making that decision.
You had guns?
Uh-huh.
You saw what I did to get one.
Because I was worried about him being in charge. You know what? You were right.
Okay, I'm sorry, but genuinely this whole conversation annoys me. I understand why people are a little bit worried and Rick, like, that side of him starts to come back, and I get that. But, like, Spencer literally steals weapons, food, alcohol. Like, I'm not hating on him because I genuinely think he went through a lot of shit and he was just trying to deal with it. But he's not exactly been the most likable team player.
Could have hit more.
Did you?
No.
I hope she has, secretly. But not tell anyone. Just don't say a thing if you have.
Everything we have, we got from fighting.
I made the choice. There aren't enough of us. It's about numbers.
There's the hilltop.
They still have the numbers.
And I know there's going to be a conversation coming up about Hilltop, Kingdom, Alexandria, hopefully more. Like, how many groups have they pissed off? That's like I said, last reaction was one of the things I was always saying. But then the other thing is, are they going to let us just roam between? And what happens if they catch some of us at the other ones? I don't think they'll be particularly happy about seeing us there. Do you see where I'm coming from?
I had a friend. I don't talk about him.
Shane, oh wow.
He got Lori and Carl to safety right after it all started.
Is that the first time they've spoken of Shane?
Him and Lori, they were together. I know Judith isn't mine. I know it. I love her.
How?
She's my daughter. I had to accept that.
Okay, maybe people were like messing around, because I remember way back when it happened, I remember thinking to myself, surely there's a question about whether it's Shane's or not, and it was shut down. And I remember people in the comments, back when I used to be in the comments when I shouldn't have been, people sort of saying, like, it's not, like, even if it was, like, you'd never know, and like, it's just, yeah, like, people were sort of saying that it's just not gonna be Shane's, like, it's Rick's. And I always thought, like, the story would kind of be almost cooler if it wasn't, but then Rick fathered anyway. Damn.
So I could keep her alive. I'll die before she does, and I hope that's a long time from now, so I can raise her and protect her and teach her how to survive. This is how we live now. I had to accept that too, so I could keep everyone else alive. You have to accept this. All of us do, or it won't work.
Or at least accept it for now. I don't think you have to accept anything permanently, but accept it while you can, to give you the chance to fight against it in the future.
Try.
Come on, Michonne. Damn, imagine having no gun and still going out like this. What am I looking at? What even is that? Am I going crazy right now? What is that? Oh, bullet production.
Make me a bullet.
What? You know what? That completely slipped my mind. And they don't know that trick's up our sleeve? Come on, Eugene. So yeah, we have some kind of solution to that, but like keeping all of this on the lowdown, especially when they rock up and just raid everything, where are we going to hide it? You know, where are things going to be kept secret, hidden? So it was Rosita that picked up the bullet. Then what was with that building being burnt down? What on earth was that? Should I recognize what that is? But anyway, quite a tough episode to swallow, but we kind of knew this was coming. And if anything, Negan hasn't killed anyone, which surprises me quite a lot. Like, there were a few warning shots today, namely Carl reacting, Rosita reacting, the guns being missing, yada yada yada, all of it. And still, like, even Rick was biting at points and he didn't do anything. We've come out of this unscathed, which kind of shocks me. I guess maybe it's kind of smart from Negan in a sense, like he doesn't want us to feel like, you know, there's no option left but to fight, because if he puts us in a scenario where he's just constantly killing us, eventually we're going to bite back, right? It's going to feel like the only option. So he's keeping us in a perpetual state of like, we can live longer lives if we just follow under him and become under his reign. Like he's giving us that little incentive, and I think it's very strategic from him that he's doing that. And yeah, like I said, this episode for me showed a lot about Negan and why he does it. It's like all the showing up and the games and the riddles and find me something interesting. What does that even mean? The only thing he cares about is power and being feared. I don't even like, what did he do before the apocalypse is what I'm wondering. And why does he have this desire and need for this? Now, a lot of people may be sort of saying, well, maybe he's developed because of the outside world. What about what he's been through? And maybe there's a need for the way he's acting, which I completely detest and disagree with. And I reject that hypothesis. Yeah, it just opens up a lot of questions about his character and why, and like, it just, I still, till this moment, feel like there will not be a single redeeming trait for him. There really won't be. I thought maybe, like when that one of his men were like playing around with Enid, that he was going to do something about it, and then I would think, okay, I was going to say that like that was going to be a little bit of a, like it would have relaxed me a little bit, because I know that he's just not letting his, you know, he's not completely and utterly evil. And I can't believe I've just said that, because I mean he is, you know, like I thought there might be an ounce in there of organization to his madness, but no, anyway, he didn't do anything. I think the biggest thing for me in this episode was Rick's leadership, and that a lot of people won't see Rick as leading right now. A lot of people probably see Rick as having given up, but in my eyes, like immediately it just feels like he's leading us in a way that he's probably not even aware of, that a lot of characters won't even notice, but Rick is doing everything in his power to keep us alive. He is leading us through the darkest time, the most unprecedented thing. I guarantee you, if you put all of us in a line and ask any other of the characters, do you want to take the reins? 90% of people, 95% of people don't appreciate Rick for what he does, but then also like they don't quite understand what he does. I think that's one of the biggest factors. They don't understand like the chaos in Rick's mind and what he has to deal with making these kinds of decisions. But he's doing it for us, and I have faith. If anything, like weirdly, this episode has brought back a fire in my eye that's given me faith in Rick, whereas everyone else is kind of losing it. Following Negan's rules, doing everything to the book, like it just felt so like powerful. Like powerful writing showing us that, like, believe you me, Rick's not beaten to his knees. I don't believe that. I just think he knows when not to give up, but he knows when to yield. There's like a time and a place for reacting, and there's a time and a place for all these different things, and I just think the development for Rick is crazy. People, you might not agree, because that might not be what the writers intended, but it's what I'm picking up. If anything, I almost saw a bit of like composure in Rick today. So at times I was like, Rick? And I sort of like felt like on edge and uneasy, but then there was a point in the episode when it almost felt like some composure came across his eyes. I don't know what it was, but yeah. I think this episode marks a really important point for the group in terms of they feel like they've got no leader, but they do. And I think people will realise it eventually. Yeah. What else? Dwight annoyed me today, but like I have a little bit of like understanding for why he does what he does. And if anything, it might even be like an ever so slight act to keep up the appearance for Negan and to follow his rules, and he's almost like potentially surviving in his own way, which might not seem like that from our perspective right now, but I genuinely feel like he wants Daryl to get out of this rut. But anyway, yeah, we spoke a lot about Dwight last episode. It's not necessary today. I feel like Beyond the Wall's gonna be quite important because my mind is hitting a blank. By the way, Beyond the Wall questions will be requested in the community tab if you're a member, so if you are a member, don't forget to head on over to the community tab. It'll probably go up as soon as this episode drops. I'll post the community tab being like, boom, Beyond the Wall for 7x4, try and make it about the episode, yada yada yada. Okay, in terms of going forward, I think like this episode also spoke a lot about getting the group on the same page and how that the pressure of that, especially considering a lot of them weren't aware of what happened. One thing I will say is like, as much as I want us all on the same page, I understand Michonne's logic and I understand what she's going through and the desire to fight and like, and not just completely yield. I get that, but it doesn't feel like we have. Like we still got Hilltop, the kingdom will eventually convene there. We've got Morgan, Carol, whenever they come back, Tara, that side of people. Like there are others. And there is a chance, and there will be openings for us to make decisions that are risky, but are for the greater good in the future. Negan, he's not going to be around forever. Genuinely, it does feel like he could be a villain for a long time, like seasons and seasons long, but he's not going to be around forever. An opportunity will arise and we'll have that moment and someone will have that silver bullet and that one shot to make that, yeah, and it will come. It'll definitely come. It's just a matter of getting there unscathed. I don't think we will get there unscathed. One thing I learned about Negan this episode is it's almost like he wants us to hiccup and he wants there to be a mistake, and he might show up tomorrow being like, where's my exciting thing? After sort of sitting down the rules originally being like once a week, it's not going to be once a week. And I genuinely feel like he has a keen eye for this group because how he feels he can control Rick. He almost gets like a boost out of it. Like you saw how he acted when he saw that videotape. It's like, oh, Rick, that's you? He almost like boosts his ego like, oh yeah, and you're on a leash that I'm holding sort of thing. But yeah. What else can we talk about? Don't need to talk about Negan, he can gap it. But yeah, like I said, I'm worried about the group sort of crumbling and not trusting Rick, but I feel like ultimately it is going to be in a better place. Like Father Gabriel said, he has faith in Rick. And that whole thing with him was so lovely. So freaking lovely, it's not even funny. He has faith in Rick, he has faith in this group, and he has faith that we will find a way. I love that guy. I want to clip back when we first had him, and I was fuming about him, and compare these scenes because... holy shoot, man. People say we don't really have like a moral compass anymore. Like, I don't know if that's completely true, but we have lots of leaders. Maybe morals have gone out the window. Like, maybe it's time for me to finally admit that. But no, they're never gone out the window. I'll never admit that. I'll always have them in my mind. But like certain characters, aka Negan, like morally, am I like obliged to be anything towards him? No. Believe you me, if I had that silver bullet and I had that chance, I'd probably take it. I have anything else to say? There's already been a pretty long reaction, eh? Can I just like take a moment actually to commend the writers as well? Oh my god, like the show has blown me away beyond belief. I think one of the reasons I put it off because I thought to myself, oh, it's just gonna be like a Walker flick, not very much character development, not very like, it's not gonna have the deepest set of writing. I don't know why I had all these beliefs and thoughts and preconceptions about it, but I think that's maybe why I put it off. But it's just proven me wrong in every single possible conceivable way, and I would argue that this is probably my favourite show now. I mean, not even probably. I think I can confidently say, you know what, I think I can say it is. Anyway, I have faith, I have hope, and I have like a powerful urge in this episode that we will get back on top, and this group will be stronger and more unified and more together than ever. And Negan's created his own downfall by doing this. That's my personal belief. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. Of course, follow the Instagram, Daniel Ray with 2 Ds. And as ever, let me know down below what you thought of the episode reaction. I'll get to those. Well, okay, let me change this properly now. If you're not a member, guys, consider becoming one. If you're not part of the Discord, give that a squiz as well. Telltale's back, baby. If you haven't seen Telltale 8, go and watch it. It's crazy. And I hope to film another Telltale ASAP. But yeah, that's all from me, guys. As ever, it's been Dan. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.